Hello everyone, I'm Carol and I'm back to show you another journal that I've just completed. Actually, this has been a while that I've had this done, but just couldn't get to the video. It is a design team project for Tsunamirose. It has a hardback cover. The closure is an elastic ribbon that I purchased at Michael's. The front has prima flowers, and there's some toile. I'm not sure you can see this, but it's under each of the flowers to give it a little more interest. Stickles around the image on the front, and I have lace, heart lace at the top. This is 6 inches wide, 9 inches tall, has a 1 3/4 inch spine. The back has an image from the kit that Daisy has in this kit. It's a wonderful kit. The theme of this kit is sewing. So if you love to sew, and you love needles and thread, this is just a really fun book to enjoy. We go up in the inside, and I have Martha Stewart punch here with the spine, and then a pocket here with one of the fussy cuts from the kit. I put some blue gems and bling to give it a little more accent there. Here is one of the tags from the kit. Some of the tags I have lined, some I have not, as I do in all my journals. Some people like both. And we open up to one of the first pages, and her colors are they're just beautiful. There's no other word. You don't even need anything on them to accent them because she's done such a good job. This kit is just huge. In this book alone, there's 58 plus tags and journaling cards, and I had several left over that I'll be able to do another journal with also. Turn the page, and I've left that plain. You can write over this or add something if you choose, whoever gets this. And inside here are all of these little, well, it's a tag that I've made. Put a pocket or a fussy cut on the tag and made it into a pocket. And there's these little tabs that say embroidery, cross stitch, and applique. And that is, I put some seam binding for the ribbon or the bow at the top. I left that tag plain on the back. This is one of the pockets from the kit, and I've made this into a pocket, and I have different places to write and papers in each pocket. Here's a plain page to write, and there's another one of these with the writing on it, and you can just write right over that or add something. Here I've taken, there's a needle and a spool of thread here, so I made it as if the thread was going through the needle, the eye of the needle, and I took it all the way around and glued it to the page, added a button on the button card, added stickles. Here is a doily that I've added one of the fussy cuts to, and the same on the back. Here is trim that I've used for a page for writing, and more lace as trim here. Here's one of the pages in the kit that Daisy has for lined paper to write on. And the other side I've double printed it. Here is one of my coffee dyed papers that I put lace on top when I coffee dyed it, and it shows slightly there. The other side is another pocket. Here's a pocket here, and more things inside, I think, yes, inside for writing. And here are two tags. Here's a tag with the seam binding ribbon, and here is one of Daisy's tickets that she puts in, and those are both lined on the back. I put a little seam binding here and more bling. And here is, this one is from Charming Fragments in Daisy's TN kit, Traveler's Journal kit. And so I've used this as another page. I like to use those just to have more writing space. And here's on the back, I printed both sides and there's writing there. Another one of those spools and needles with thread that I've added, and lace here. And here's a page that I've done a stencil and heat embossed this mannequin here, and added the lace at the top and some Tim Holtz ink just to give it some color. Here is this can be used as a tag here. I need to put something in there. I will do that. Here's some little tiny applique flowers that I've added. Inside is more space to write with lace. And here is a tall tag, and I won't open this, but it's plain paper. I put a bow of seam binding around it, and there's plenty of space to write on both sides of that. I've added bling and stickles to this also, and some more little applique flowers. Here's a to-do list that's in the kit, and it's lined to make lists. I didn't fill that pocket, I guess. Some of these pockets I didn't because the book got so thick and so big that I didn't want to overdo it. So this is parchment paper that I put under my paper when I bake to do when I bake my paper for the coffee dyeing. And I hated to let it go to waste because it makes that sound we all like, and so I just sewed around it and put it as a page that could be written on in the book. Here's another pocket and more tags, and like I said, there is so much that Daisy has added to these. Here's a plain tag on the back, and these are both lined. But she just has outdone herself on tags and journal cards, and there's just lots and lots to see and to do in this book. Lots of places to write. Trim the lace down here. And all of my pages on this book I have, as I do most of them, I've sewn a zigzag stitch all around the pages so that you can, it's just, I think, gives it more sturdiness to the paper if you use it a lot and turn it, and it just makes a nicer finish, I think. And these are little tags that I've made from the kit, and I've added the flowers here, the fussy cut flowers, onto the tag. That was a plain piece of paper or cardstock that I made into. And if that will come out, and I did the same thing here at the top. Whoops. And there's that. And I've added lace, of course, to that. And these are in the kit, the little pockets. Another one of my coffee dyed papers. And here's another pocket in the kit, and that is a page that I've made into a pocket. I had scraps, and so I did that. I put the Martha Stewart punch across the top and added some bling. And here are more journaling cards that come in the kit. Like I said, there's like more than 58 in here. Here I've taken the scraps, and I am not a quilter, and I wish I could do that, but it's one of those things that I've tried, but I just never took off. So I do journals instead. However, I did a little bit of squares. I put them all together here to look like a piece of fabric. I've added some bling and some little flowers. This is a little flower here and some lace. And I thought that turned out pretty good. And then this is the center of the first signature. There are 2 signatures in this book. And I added this trim here that looks like a measuring tape. I've left those blank so you could write on those. Here's lace with the trim. More lace for a pocket here. And here's one of the images for, it's a postcard. I've lined the back of that for writing space. This is another punch that I have. I think that's a Martha Stewart also. In the flowers, and I've just trimmed the side of that, giving you writing space there just to make it so the page isn't totally blank. More copy dyed paper, another paper from the kit, and the other side is the same also. And here is the other side of that parchment paper. I made, I used a punch and glued the tickets for a belly band here. And there's another journaling card. Here's another pocket here, and I have put something in here. This is, I'll show you this. This is Daisy's. She has lined paper in her shop, and this is a kit that you can buy with all different kinds of lined paper. And I thought that should fit well into this kit, or this book. More fussy cutting. I've added a button here with a little string tied there. Sewing machine fussy cut, and here's another journaling card that's right inside there. And you could also write on the back of this here. That's light enough that you could, if you use the right pen, you'll be able to do some writing there. I've added lace. This is fabric that I purchased a long time ago, and it looks like pattern pieces printed on the fabric. And so I made that into a flip, so there can be some writing here that you can hide if you want something privately written. Here are some more journaling cards. These are library cards with the sewing theme that Daisy has in the kit. Here's a plain paper that I've used the Martha Stewart punch. I've added another fussy cut and added the lace here. And here's the other side of that TN journaling page from the Charming Fragments. And there's the other side. Here's another pocket here, and this is one of the pages in the book, in the kit. More places to write here. More of Daisy's lined paper, the other side of that. And this is just for interest here at the side, so you can write on that page, and there's just a little trim with lace there. And here's another pocket, and this is one of the pages, and here's one of the pockets that are in the kit. And this says, I never underestimate the power of a woman with a sewing machine. She has some really cute tags and journal cards in here. And then here's a little tag that I've added. Again, seam binding for the bow at the top. And here's another doily that I've added some of her fussy cuts there. And on the other side as well. Here's another page from the kit, and I've added stickles for interest there to make it just stand out a little more. This is more, this was paper that I had, scrapbooking paper in a paper pad, and I don't remember which it was, but I've made this into a pocket. It was a scrap piece, and then I added another one of Daisy's little labels or fussy cuts there. I've added those flowers from the Martha Stewart punch at the top. And then here are a library card and 2 tags. And we go on. And this is a bow that I cannot remember. I'm sure that's somewhere in the kit, but I cut the bow out and put it across the thing. That might have been in my stash, I'm not sure. But here's the fussy cut. I made it into a belly band and put the journaling card in there. Trimmed it with lace here, and this also is a pocket here. Another one of the pages from the kit that I've added stickles to. There could be writing space here, and the other side as well. And that brings us to the second signature. And here's room to write here, and another one of her beautiful pages. Her color is just so vibrant and pretty, and it all just flows together in this book. Another library card, a postcard, and a tag that I've added green seam binding there. And this is I think I've made this into a pocket. It was a scrap. And then here's the seam binding bow. And here is more trim, and I've added the oxide ink to that to give it some more color and spaces to write. Here's more space to write from one of the pages. Same here. And here's a doily that I've left plain, so this could be written on here as well as the other side in the middle. Another pocket from the kit, and another tag, and a little tag that says notes. And then I've added the trim, the lace trim at the top. And more space to write, more lined paper, and more parchment. There's another 2 journaling cards. Here it has an old-fashioned sewing machine on it, and so does this. It's a bingo card. And this is a page from the kit that I had as a scrap, and I made it into a pocket. And there's more of that rose trim at the top. And then here is more of that paper that I had, scrapbooking paper. This is also a pocket here. Here's a little pocket. This is actually a journaling card that I made into a pocket. And here is a tag. And this one says raw edge. And pressing and pins. She has a lot, so there's just so much in this kit, as I've said before. And here's another lined page that can be written on. It's also a pocket. Here is another pocket that I've taken from a little scrap piece, made it into a pocket. I've actually done a double pocket here. This is some paper that I had, scraps, and then I tore around it, added some gold pen to that, made a pocket here, and here is a postcard that is, of course, in the kit, and here's more of those notes. I really like these. I think those are really just a added feature. We all like to write little notes. Or I do anyway. I have notes everywhere, and it's nicer when you can put it on a pretty page. And there's another one. And then this says stay stitch and trim and stitch in the ditch. And here's another one of those TN pages from Charming Fragrance. Fragments. I keep wanting to say fragrance. It's fragments. And of course I printed on both sides. More pages to write there. Here's another journaling card that you can write on both sides. Another one of the fussy cuts that I've made into a little pocket. Another page from the kit, as is this. Here's another bingo card. And a pocket that's in the kit. And then I did the Martha Stewart punch at the top. Added the little flowers here. And here's another bingo card with sewing supplies on there. And you can write here on the back and write on the journaling card. And then here is another little pocket that I've made from one of the pages. And here is another journaling card. This is a large one. And I've lined the back. This is for scrap paper that I used a Martha Stewart punch on here, and lace. And the middle of the second signature. And here is the same measuring tape trim that I've used and added the lace to that. Another tag from the kit. This is a tall tag, and I've lined the back. And here I have used as the pocket more of that fabric that I purchased by the yard, and I've sewn around, or I didn't sew around it. It looks like it's been sewn around the stitches. And then I've added the lace trim. Another to-do list, and that is a pocket. More to write. There's more pages from the kit, as is this. Another page to write. And here is a doily that I had. Actually, that's a napkin, a lace napkin, and I laid it on the paper when I coffee dyed it, and it came out the corner like that. I thought that was pretty. And here's the other side of the Charming Fragments TN kit. And more doily coffee dyed paper. More of the blue lace with the little trim there. Here's another bingo card lined on the back. And another one of those little notes. She had lots of these in the kit. And then on the other side, there's a tall tag, or could be used as a bookmark. I've lined the back of that. And then more of these little word cards. This says basting, bias, and backstitch for this one. Those are fun. And they do fit in there. Then this opens up and get in frame here. And here's a pocket inside this flap. And she had some little fussy cut, I guess that's a tag, that whole thing. It was a page, and then I fussy cut around it, and it's a little thing to hold your sewing tools there with the lady on top. And then I put little flowers here, made that into a pocket. This is also a pocket and has another journaling card inside. And then this is a pocket also. So there's lots of little secret places that you can put things in this journal. Here's a journaling card that I've made into a pocket with the clothespin and the flowers on it. And here's another tag that I've made from paper from the kit. And that's a plain back to be written on. And then here is more of the parchment paper, more lined paper, both sides, more places to write there. And This is a kind of a belly band that I put over to the side of the page. I've added a journaling card here and then made it a belly band. And there is a journaling card that can be written on both sides. This is actually a pocket more than a belly band. Here's another doily, or the other side of that doily, that can be written on in the center as well as here. Another page from the kit, as well as this. There's lots of writing space again. And here's this. I've tried to leave some of them plain because there's so much in the journal that I just felt there needed to be more space to write too. And there's paper in that pocket. Here's another pocket from the kit. And here is a journaling card. Or tag, I'm sorry. And here's the journaling card. The old scissors on it. Another page from the kit. And that takes us to the last page. And here is the letter that I always put in every journal that I send out. And there's another little fussy cut there with added bling. And that takes us to the end. And I wasn't sure I was going to get through this one or not. It took me about 3 tries to get this video up, but finally I have finished it. So I hope you've enjoyed it. If so, please put a like under the video and subscribe if you haven't already. And I thank you so much for taking the time to watch and for all your comments and your just kind words that you say to me on the videos and on the groups, and I appreciate all of you so much. Thank you again. We'll see you next time.